From the weather team you can trust, here's Chief Meteorologist Eric Snidel.
Everybody's sweet spot for what their perfect recipe for weather is subjective. You know, it's going to be unique, but I feel like today probably checks that box for a fair amount of the area. Rochester did 75 and sunny. Yeah, for late July, that's pretty good, pretty comfortable stuff. Temperatures for the remainder of the night tonight, I think a lot of us will end up settling into the low 50s. Still crisp for where we are on the calendar, but at least a couple degrees better than last night. Highs into our Friday, I think we beat this. We should do at least 80 degrees. Continued sunshine looks like a good bet. We're partly cloudy on Saturday. We add a few more bonus degrees on top of that too. That gets our highs in the low to mid 80s. Just one more quick taste there of some summertime weather before we start going back toward probably a stretch with highs in the 70s again into next week. We noted today that there's still some wildfire smoke haze. It's not impacting our air quality in any meaningful capacity, and I don't think that's going to change. But I show you this because one thing will change. The thickness of that haze and smoke, mainly aloft, is likely going to pick up, especially late Saturday into Saturday night. This is no longer just Canadian wildfire smoke that we're dealing with here. The Northwest United States is also a contributor to this, and between those two elements, we've got fires all over the place there. That smoke plume starts to work its way back into our weekend. Outside of that, Future View does not have that much to track going into our weekend. Our Friday looks great. You can see how 80 seems pretty reasonable here. Low to mid 80s going into Saturday. A couple of the high-res models on Saturday tried to bring in a random shower chance. I'm having a hard time seeing that happening. I think Saturday is partly cloudy. We will acknowledge with a 10% rain chance, but I can't go any higher than that. Future View tries to say it should be 30 or 40. That just feels like overkill to me. 30 or 40 is a more reasonable number, though, by Sunday, especially later on in the day and then into Sunday night. And it's kind of like the appetizer to what should be the more meaningful weather makers into Monday and Tuesday. That'll probably be your highest rain chance here on your 8-day moving forward. Weekend in a nutshell, though, both days should end up in the 80s, depending on the timing of this system into Sunday. You know, maybe we have a tougher time getting into the low 80s. Maybe it's closer to 80 into the afternoon, but one way or the other, it's still pretty typical summertime weather. If you are Lake Ontario bound, water temperatures right now is a general rule upper 60s to around 70 degrees. Much warmer on Lake Erie, it almost always is, but this is comfortable. That's certainly worthwhile for a dip here as you start to take in some of that warm sunshine, especially on Saturday. With rain chances picking up Monday and especially into Tuesday, we get another shot of cooler air, and I'm telling you, the pattern here for the next couple of weeks moving forward looks like this overall cooler lean is still going to be around. We got a lot of summer still left, but at least for now, we keep things comfortable.